We're starting this journey in the beating heart of Bangkok, a city pulsing with life, where the scent of street food hangs thick in the air and the chaos somehow soothes the soul. Look, I get it. The world's a big, beautiful mess, but the price of a plane ticket shouldn't keep you chained to your cubicle. Travel doesn't have to be expensive. Today, I'll show you how to explore the world without draining your bank account. Forget the five-star resorts and Michelin-starred restaurants. We're diving deep, embracing the grit and the glory, and proving that the best experiences often come cheap. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell for more updates on budget travel adventures. Let's face it, nobody dreams of spreadsheets and itineraries, but a little planning goes a long way, especially when you're watching your wallet. Think of it like prepping your ingredients before you cook. You wouldn't just throw a bunch of random stuff in a pan and hope for the best, would you? First things first, flight comparison websites. These are your new best friends. Kayak, Skyscanner, Google Flights. Treat them like your personal travel agents, always hunting for the cheapest fares. Be flexible with your dates. Fly on weekdays. Embrace the red-eye. Trust me, that pre-dawn arrival will feel like a victory when you're saving hundreds of bucks. Next up, accommodations. Forget the sterile, overpriced hotel chains. We're talking hostels, guest houses, maybe even a night or two crashing on some stranger's couch. All perfectly respectable options in the budget traveler's playbook. Booking in advance is key here. The early bird catches the worm, and the early booker catches the cheapest bed. And finally, the off-season is your secret weapon. Forget peak season crowds and inflated prices. Embrace the shoulder months, the sweet spot where the weather's still good, the crowds are thinner, and the prices are a whole lot easier on the wallet. Remember, kids, the best travel experiences are often the ones you never saw coming. Flexibility is key. Got your heart set on Paris in the springtime? Maybe Prague in the fall will steal your heart instead. Be open to suggestions, to last-minute detours, to changing your plans on a whim. Think of it like ordering at a local dive bar. You wouldn't walk into a smoky, hole-in-the-wall joint and order a cosmopolitan, would you? Embrace the local flavor. Maybe it's a regional beer you've never heard of, or a shot of some mysterious spirit the locals swear by. The same goes for destinations. Let serendipity be your guide. That random town you've never heard of, that dusty road less traveled, that's where the real magic happens, my friends. And hey, speaking of magic, remember those flight comparison websites? Use their Explore features. Plug in your budget and see where in the world it takes you. You might be surprised at the adventures waiting just a click away. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, budget airlines? They're not always glamorous. You might find yourself crammed into a seat with less legroom than a clown car, your only sustenance a bag of peanuts that cost more than your first car. But hey, you're in the air, right? You're on your way to somewhere new and exciting, and that's all that matters. The key here is to pack light. We're talking carry-on only, folks. No checking bags, no exorbitant fees, just you, a small backpack, and the open road ahead. And once you're on the ground, ditch the taxis and embrace the local way of life. Public transportation. Buses, trains, subways, even the occasional donkey ride. These are your tickets to authentic experiences and a fraction of the cost. Think about it. When you're crammed into a crowded bus, sandwiched between a farmer with a live chicken and a grandma who won't stop offering you snacks, that's when you're really getting a taste of the local culture. And trust me, those are the stories you'll be telling for years to come. Know you've been a good friend. Let's talk about where you'll rest your weary head after a long day of exploring. Forget the sterile, overpriced hotels. We're going off the beaten path, seeking out the kind of places that have character, charm, and a price tag that won't make your eyes water. Hostels are a budget traveler's best friend. Sure, you might be sharing a room with a bunch of strangers, but that's part of the adventure, isn't it? You'll meet fellow travelers from all walks of life, swap stories, share travel tips, maybe even form lifelong friendships over a cheap bottle of local wine. Guest houses are another great option. These are often family-run places, full of local charm and hospitality. You'll get a taste of home-cooked meals, insider tips on what to see and do, and a much more personal experience than you'd find in any chain hotel. And if you're feeling really adventurous, try couch surfing. Yeah, you heard me right. Crashing on a stranger's couch. It's not as crazy as it sounds. Couch surfing is a global community of travelers who open their homes and share their cities with each other. It's a great way to meet locals, get a different perspective on a destination, and save a ton of money on accommodation. Forget the fancy restaurants with their white tablecloths and overpriced menus. We're here for the food, the real food, the kind of food that tells a story, that reflects the soul of a place. And the best part, it's often the cheapest stuff on the menu. Street food, my friends, is your culinary salvation. Embrace the smoky aromas, the vibrant colors, the questionable hygiene. Just kidding. Mostly. From steaming bowls of noodles in Thailand to spicy tacos in Mexico, street food is a feast for the senses and a budget traveler's dream. And hey, if you're feeling ambitious, why not try your hand at cooking some local dishes yourself? Visit local markets, haggle for fresh ingredients, and get a taste of authentic home cooking without the restaurant markup. Another pro tip, lunch specials. Many restaurants offer set menus at lunchtime that are a fraction of the dinner prices. It's a great way to sample local delicacies without breaking the bank. Who says you have to spend a fortune to have a good time? Some of the best travel experiences are absolutely free. Put on your walking shoes and get lost in the maze of a new city. Soak up the atmosphere, stumble upon hidden gems, and discover the kind of places that don't make it into guidebooks. Free walking tours are another great way to get your bearings, learn about local history and culture, and maybe even pick up some insider tips from your guide. Just remember to tip your guides generously. They're often working for tips only. Museums often have free or discounted admission days. Check their websites before you go and plan your visits accordingly. And don't forget about the great outdoors. Parks, gardens, beaches, these are all free for the taking and offer endless opportunities for relaxation, exploration, and a healthy dose of vitamin D. Embrace the digital age, my friends, because technology can be your secret weapon in the quest for budget travel. First up, travel apps. We're talking flight comparison apps, accommodation booking apps, translation apps, currency converter apps, even apps that can help you find the nearest public restroom in a pinch. These digital tools are like having a personal travel assistant in your pocket, always there to help you navigate the world and save a few bucks along the way. Download offline maps of your destinations before you go. This will save you from racking up roaming charges and ensure that you can always find your way around, even without an internet connection. And speaking of internet connection, take advantage of free Wi-Fi whenever and wherever you can find it. Cafes, libraries, even some public parks offer free Wi-Fi these days. Use it to stay connected, research your next destination, or even just catch up on your favorite Netflix shows. Look, I know what you're thinking. Insurance? That's just another expense, right? Wrong. Travel insurance is like that emergency stash of cash you hope you'll never have to use, but are eternally grateful for when disaster strikes. We're talking about medical emergencies, lost luggage, flight cancellations, all those unexpected events that can turn your dream trip into a financial nightmare. A good travel insurance policy will give you peace of mind of knowing that you're covered in case of the unexpected. And the best part? It doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. Shop around, compare policies, and find one that fits your needs and your budget. If you're a frequent traveler, consider an annual policy. It'll save you money in the long run. Who says you have to stop traveling just because your bank account's looking a little anemic? There are plenty of ways to earn money while you travel, funding your adventures and extending your time on the road. Freelancing is a popular option. If you've got skills in writing, web design, graphic design, or any other digital nomad-friendly field, you can find freelance work online and work from anywhere in the world with an internet connection. Teaching English as a foreign language, is another great way to earn money while immersing yourself in a new culture. There's a high demand for English teachers all over the world, and many countries offer TEFL certification courses that can be completed in a matter of weeks. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, why not try a working holiday visa? Many countries offer these visas to young people, allowing them to live and work in the country for a set period of time. It's a great way to experience a new culture, improve your language skills, and earn some money to fund your travels. Listen up, because this is important. Managing your money wisely is crucial when you're traveling on a budget. We're talking about stretching every dollar, avoiding unnecessary fees, and making sure you don't run out of cash halfway through your trip. First things first, get a travel credit card that doesn't charge foreign transaction fees. Those pesky fees can really add up, especially if you're using your card for smaller purchases. ATMs are your friends, but be aware of fees. Try to withdraw larger amounts of cash less frequently to minimize fees. And always notify your bank before you travel to avoid any issues with your card being blocked for suspicious activity. Keep track of your spending. Use a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even just a good old-fashioned notebook to monitor your expenses. This will help you stay on track, identify areas where you can cut back, and ensure that you don't blow your budget on souvenirs and sangria. So there you have it, my friends. My guide to conquering the world on a budget. Remember, travel isn't about how much money you spend. It's about the experiences you have, the people you meet, and the stories you collect along the way. With these tips, you're ready to hit the road without spending a fortune. Remember, it's all about smart choices and a little bit of planning. Safe travels, and see you on the road.